Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! God jul and whatever else it is that you're celebrating this year, if you're celebrating at all. No worries if you're not. Welcome to Deep Stretch. Hopefully, this finds you well and healthy and happy, and hopefully not too stressed from the busy schedules and the yummy plates of food that we're all eating these days. But I can definitely use a deep stretch, so I hope that you join me today. You don't need anything for today's practice. If you have a block or a blanket or a pillow nearby, then that's great, but it's not necessary. So I have a little blanket just for protecting the knees in certain postures, so depending on what surface you're working with, you might want to use one of those. And then of course you can always use a block or a thick book or something like that to give yourself more space in some of the postures. So if you need to grab any of that, quickly run and get it. and then we'll all start in a nice comfortable seat. So I'm sitting up on a block, that could be a pillow or a blanket. And we're just going to drop in, right? So no rushing through these practices. Let's arrive here. You can close your eyes if it feels good, or maybe gaze past your nose on a point on the floor. And we'll start to slowly find a bit more space. We can settle in by finding some space, lifting the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders down, and then maybe grounding down further through the tailbone, through the hips, through the thighs. Connecting to that beautiful spine that carries us every day. And let's notice what comes up. How do we feel? How are we showing up today? And if that's not okay, if we're showing up in a way that is maybe a little bit heavier than what we would like to, that's okay too. That's all good. Being kind with ourselves. Finding a softness, no judgment. Knowing that this time you take for yourself is always good, it's always important, and hopefully leaves you a little bit lighter, a little bit fuller than when you got to the mat. And we'll start to breathe a little bit deeper, connecting to our breath, our spirit. Couple more deep breaths in here. And we'll bring the hands to the heart, pressing the thumbs into the sternum, sternum into the thumbs. Roll the shoulders back, find space. And then we'll tuck the chin into our chest, finding a reverent bow. Sweet stretch in the back of the neck. And then slowly we'll start to roll the neck kind of in half circles here. So going up to the right ear and then going back down over to the left ear. One more on each side, connecting to our breath. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. And then back through center. Take another deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. Then from here we're going to open up, start reaching the fingertips left and right. Lots and lots of space. Open up the chest, maybe reach it slightly back. And then exhale, bringing right arm on top of the left. And go ahead and give yourself a hug. So bringing the fingertips behind the shoulders here. Hug yourself like you mean it, right? Whatever that means to you. Then from here, we'll inhale, lift and lengthen the elbows up. And then exhale down into our chest. Inhale one more time, open up. Exhale down. Then back through center. And then same thing here, we're going to open up, reach, reach, reach. See if you can open, 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 maybe a little bit further. And then same thing on the other side. So left arm on top of the right this time. Go ahead and snuggle in there. And then deep breath in, lifting the elbows. Finding space and length in the side body, the belly. And then exhale down. One more time, inhale up. And exhale down. And back through center. And then we open up again, finding lots and lots of space. In and slowly we release. Beautiful. Then I'm coming off my block here. And we're coming onto all fours. So nice and slowly, taking our time here. We want to try and find a little bit of space. Let's curl the toes under straight away as we get here. And then we'll bring the hands forward, pressing into the index finger and thumb. So as always, we can sort of slightly open up the hands here so that we can find that space. And let's find our first down dog of the day. Taking our time, reaching the tailbone all the way back and then up. And then slowly starting to find movement, right? Stretching out through one leg and then the other. And when we stretch here also, let's see if we can find more space. So we don't have to just find this kind of sweet and kind movement here or really slow movement, but go all out, right? See what works for you and what your body's craving right now. All right, beautiful. Then from here, nice and slow, we'll find some stillness. Deep breath in, press your chest back towards the upper thighs. Long breath out. And then inhale, we're gonna roll forward. Option here to come into half plank, right? So you always have that option. Then nice and slow, we're coming all the way down. Press into the tops of the feet, press into the palms and the pubic bone. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, slowly release. Press it back up, and this time not to plank, but we're coming all the way back into a tabletop. And then nice and slow, we're bringing the left foot forward. Low lunge. So taking your time to get settled here. If you have a thin mat or a thin surface, then by all means, put a little blanket underneath that right knee so that we protect it, right? And also a little tip, if you want, you can keep this here throughout the whole practice like that. So that way you're set. All right, so nice and easy, front knee over front ankle. And then we're going to interlace the fingertips, bring them all the way up and all the way back, and bring them behind the neck here. So nice and easy. You want to open up, maybe look up. And if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, connect to your root center, connect to your that mula bandha or that root lock. So draw your right hip forward and left hip crease back. Then deep breath in. Maybe we find a slight back bend if it feels good, opening up. And then exhale, release the fingertips and imagine you're painting a wall coming all the way forward. And then we plant the palms, step it back to plank, and then all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, then from here we're going to anchor through the right heel, lift the left leg up high, and then bend that knee. Start to stack the hips here. So lots of things happening here. You want to try and press through that right heel. So nice and slowly pressing that heel downwards. And then imagine that you're opening up, so you're stacking your left hip on top of the right. But we're still pressing evenly into both hands, right? Breathing deep, nice and slow, opening up through those beautiful hips. One more deep breath in. Maybe we lift that left leg a little bit higher. And an exhale, we'll bring it all the way in and up. Stepping it in. Coming down onto that back knee here. And then straight away we're going to open up. So we're going to heel toe, the left foot all the way back here. So we'll open up the left toes towards that left corner of the mat here. You can keep the right toes folded under or releasing the back toes. Then we'll plant the right arm and we'll start to open up towards the left knee here. Finding lots of space. Again, drawing that left hip crease all the way back. Deep breath in. And then exhale, we'll come all the way down, bringing the left elbow down. Now, if this doesn't reach, this is where your book comes in handy, right? So if you have a book or a block or pillows, build yourself a little fort and come on down here. However, if you have space today, again, being kind and mindful, right? Let's come down, finding a low lizard. And even when we're here, we want to be mindful of our spine. So can we draw the shoulders away from the ears? Can we bring the shoulder blades sort of together, right? So we're not here, but maybe we're here. And if we can't do that, then maybe it's great to find a bit more space, right? So give yourself more space so that you can find integrity in these postures. Nice and slow, we're going to press back up. Then bring that left foot in slightly. And we're going to take it nice and slow. We're going to find Ardha Hanuman. So we're going to press it all the way back. Finding a little bit of release in that right hip here. Deep breath in. Maybe we look forward. Exhale, maybe we press a little bit further down. And then we'll come back through, same way we came. And then we'll open up again one more time. Dropping back in. This time, if you have that book or that block, you can already place it underneath. Look back towards that right foot and see if you can grab a hold of it. Coming into this deep stretch, we want to try and open up the shoulders. So bring that shoulder all the way back, finding space. And of course, if it feels good, you can go all the way down, right? You can omit the block, but it's nice sometimes to find space. And if you need even more space, you can always come up here, right? So your body, your practice. Breathing deep into those tight places. And then slowly we'll release the right foot down. I'll remove the block here, plant the palms, pick up the back foot, step it back to plank. Maybe rocking it a little bit back and forth. And then nice and slow, let's come all the way down again. Bhujangasana, Cobra, deep breath in. And exhale, release it all the way down. Then from here, we'll press it back all the way to tabletop. Right? And then we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So coming into a low lunge first. So front knee over front ankle, making sure that we have that healthy alignment. Drawing right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. So connecting the inner thighs together so you have that lift in the pelvic floor. Interlace the fingertips and let's open up. Imagine lifting, lifting, lifting your chest all the way up towards the sky. Navel draws in towards the spine, deep breath in. Maybe we find a back bend. And then exhale, release the fingertips and paint the sky and the wall in front of you again, all the way down. Beautiful. Then we'll plant the palms, step it back to plank. And then exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths in here and some long, sweet exhales out. One more time. Beautiful. Then we're going to anchor through the left heel, lift the right leg up high this time, and then start to stack the hips. So again, going through a little checklist, right? So can we press a little bit further into that left heel, grounding it down towards the earth. See how I say towards, right? It doesn't have to touch the mat. The intention is what counts. Then maybe we try and stack the hips a little bit further, all the while pressing evenly through both hands. Breathing slowly. Then inhale, we're going to lift that right hip a little bit further up maybe. And then exhale, bringing it all the way in into your low lizard. So again, readjusting what needs to readjust. So we're going to heel toe the right toes out, point them towards the right edge of that mat. I'm coming onto the back top of my foot there. I'm starting to get all zenned out. Yoga works. And then inhale, let's reach everything all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up towards that right hip crease. And then as we're here, can we check in with that left shoulder? Can we check in with that left hand, right? So sometimes what happens is that we tend to collapse. So can we really press, find space between that shoulder and that left ear? One more deep breath in. And then exhale all the way down. Right elbow comes down, down, down. Maybe onto that block if you need to. And then as we're here, sometimes what happens is that we tend to let our right knee come all the way out here, right? So see if you can press through the big toe, keep that instep down onto the floor. Finding space, finding your breath. So nice and slow, we breathe. Maybe you find movement, you might notice that I'm swaying a little bit left and right. Again, when we're in these tight postures, sometimes staying static is counterproductive. So let's try, find what feels good. See what feels best for your body right now. One more deep breath in. Long breath out. Then we'll come back onto a sort of midline here, and then pulling the right hip crease back until we are left hip over left knee here. Inhale, we look forward, find length in the spine. Exhale, we come on down. You'll notice that I have a micro bend in that knee here. So I don't want to overstretch and kind of lock that knee out, right? I want to find a healthy stretch. Then nice and slow, we'll roll back through that front foot. And then we can open it up again. So heel toe it back out. I'm taking my block back in here. Finding space, so giving yourself more and more space. And then we look back towards that back foot. Maybe we grab a hold of it and finding that openness. So this time on the other side, right? So we're bringing left shoulder on top of that left hip. We're opening up. An option to come up here if it feels good. And if you want a deeper stretch through the right side of the body, you can always bring that right arm all the way up, right? So there's loads and loads of options to play with here. All you gotta do is listen, see what your body is telling you. One more deep breath in, long breath out, and then we'll release. Beautiful, let go of the block. Let's plant the palms, and then one more time, we'll vinyasa, taking your time here. You can go straight to Balasana or Child's Pose if that feels good, but maybe let's find one more Bhujangasana. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Press it all the way back. This time let's come all the way into a down dog. One more deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. We'll come all the way down onto the knees. I'm getting rid of this blanket here for now. And let's come all the way down onto our backs. Let's do a quick little check-in with our core. Hugging the knees into your chest here. Deep breath in. If you just heard core and you're stressing out, don't worry, it'll be fine. We're going to keep the right knee hugging in, and we're going to extend the left leg out long. But we're hovering it just above the floor, right? So we're not letting go here. Then we'll bring our right nose, because we got two. We'll bring our nose closer in towards the midline. And then deep breath in, exhale, switch. Deep breath in, and switch. Hovering those heels. One more on each side. Even it out. And then we'll release the right heel down, and let's slowly find a supine twist. You can hook that left foot behind your right knee here. We'll look past our left shoulder, finding that sweet surrender. Breathing into the lower belly, the lower back. And then your next exhale brings you back through center. We'll hug that left knee in. We'll bring our nose back into the midline. Start hovering that right heel. And then again, let's find that core. Lighting up a little fire in the lower belly, that beautiful lower belly. Breathing deep. Maybe even smiling. Then we'll even it out. Then we'll keep the right knee in, releasing the left heel down, and then again finding that supine twist on the other side. Can we relax the chest, the shoulders? One more deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. And we'll come back through center. Hug both knees in. And then slowly we're coming into cobbler's pose. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together, bring the knees out wide. And then we'll settle in here. So if this feels good, this will be our posture for Shavasana, but of course you can always go straight into a full Shavasana where you extend the legs out long. But let the hands fall wherever they naturally fall. For me, that'll be the belly, so that I can connect to, straight away, connect to a deep, full belly breath here. Expanding the belly as you inhale and drawing navel to spine as you exhale. Five breaths like that. And with every exhale, we settle in a little bit deeper into the mat. We surrender a little bit more. Slow, sweet breaths. And then we could stay here a little bit longer. I would say if you have a few more minutes, if you have a bit more time, then by all means stay here. Treat yourself to some extra Shavasana time. And if you need to go, if you need to rock on with the rest of your day, let's bring the thumbs up to the third eye. Maybe giving yourself a little bit of a massage. Turning a frown upside down. And then we'll take one last deep breath in. And a long, sweet exhale out. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and everybody else. Have an awesome day. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.